Hi guys, welcome to the channel and welcome to another video. Now this is going to be a very late final to the small scale group build hosted by our friends Sean over at the Scale Model Car Guide channel and BG over at BG's Model Workshop. Yeah, I think we're running about 6 weeks late on this one. But in all fairness, we did another project in between. We did that Resin A60 and that was pretty much a scratch built model. So, you know, some things had to give and I've only got a limited amount of time to actually do these things at the moment. So like I say, there's going to be um, no pre-assembly on this one. As you can see, I've already put it together. Only for the fact that there's nothing much to see inside there. We've pretty much done the same on the interior of the Banger Escort as we did on that A60, but maybe not to the full extent as we went to on that A60. But so yeah, this is the final model or the final race team, so to speak. We started off with two pretty rough builder kits which needed restoration. So I think we've done one really nice and one as a banger, and we've also scratch built a trailer as well in between. So I mean, we'll start off with this little one. My dad used to have a light blue Mark 1. Can't remember whether it was a 4-door or a 2-door, to be quite honest with you, but I kind of set my mind. I wanted to recreate that one. We painted this in Ford Olympic blue. I think that was potentially colour in my dad's one. It's just a rattle can finish, but we can get a nice finish with those rattle cans. I just use Halford's paint. I've been using this stuff since I was like 13 years old or something. Used a lot of stuff past then. But that's always my go-to, is that stuff. I get really good results out of it. Don't put it into an airbrush or anything. It's straight out of the rattle can, and then I just use their clear coat and a bit of polishing, and it generally comes up nice. We've got a nice finish on that. So, but yeah, I think we just did this pretty much as you would find one out of the box. We did make a few little changes to it. I did want a chrome foil. That was a last minute decision. I'd already clear coated it. Was about to polish it, and then I sort of started painting the trim around the tail light panel in silver paint. Really didn't like it. And you don't see many of these chrome foil. There's no detail at all around the windows on these things. So I thought just adding a bit of chrome foil on there would just liven up the model a little bit. So we foiled all around the windows. We foiled the hubcaps as well, also the rear bumpers. We foiled those as well. I mean, probably would have got a better finish if I'd painted them, but I don't really. They hadn't come out bad to say to just chrome foil them, and I didn't want to worry about, because there's such a small kit these. If I was handling the wheels like I am now, and I'd use that Revel chrome paint, they'd be just matte silver by the time we'd finish this video. But yeah, looks, to be honest, I'm pretty happy with this one, to be quite fair. It's like I say, it's built to represent one that my dad used to own when I was 4 or 5 years old. I mean, it's the first car I can remember us actually owning. When I was that young, and then we went to a Mark II after that one, which just kept breaking down, and many cars preceded that, but this was the earliest one I can remember. I think it was a deluxe model, the one we had. I can't remember whether it's 4-door or 2-door, like I say, but that turned out pretty nice. Really didn't do too much to this to detail this. Just did a bit of very light weathering in the engine bay. I wasn't going to weather this thing at all, because we'd done the rest of it thought we best just dirty this one up a little bit on the underside. So yeah, just a very bit of light weathering. Really happy with rear end on this one. Tail lights that come in this, they're far too big for car, and if you don't take a good portion off the ends, you know, you're gonna end up with them hanging over the side of your bodywork. I mean, I think this is one we hadn't cut down, and I think we took a good third off that, like, and you know, just to make them look a little bit more to correct and to scale. Also added tow bar for the trailer we scratch built. Added the resin A60 door handles and chrome foiled those as well. Because I've cleared it all after I foiled it. It's got a good 4 coats of clear on this thing now, but didn't do anything to interior other than paint it black. Just because this big pane which goes in here, glass pane that goes in there, you can't see anything much through it anyway. So, but I didn't trial fit. I just thought that'd fit perfect, and it does fit perfect. But you do end up with massive gaps under the windshield, so I've had to fill all them in with Mod Podge just so you can't see the top of the dashboard. So, but the rest of it turned out quite nice, and you know, I think that's a quite nice little kit is that one. Probably do another like, and knowing its flaws, because we've had to do a lot to this. We've scribed out all door edges, door lines, rather than, I just don't like using panel line on paintwork, to be quite fair. I'd rather scribe out the panels, and they're pretty much to the point where we're cutting through the bodyworks. But you know, I think that looks a lot better for that, and yeah, it just adds a little bit more detail to it. So yeah, so that's the tow car done. You know, we'll go on to the trailer. I did show this in the A60 video, where we pretty much scratch built all this. I mean, it is all scratch built, barring the main part of the trailer hitch and the wheels, which we robbed off an old Lindbergh Jaguar XK120, I think it was. But you know, I think in that last video, it was just roughed up in white plastic. Haven't really got any further with it. I think we actually just started weathering it, didn't we, on that last video? But yeah, like, don't laugh at this. This is the first thing I've weathered. That, along with other ones I've done here, you know, I've never weathered anything before, so it's just a first attempt. Like, so started off with painting it black, and then we masked off the sides and sent. Well, we masked off the underneath and the tread plates, and then painted the rest blue, because I just wanted it to look like an old 80s trailer, really. Somebody you just see pulling one of these things about in the late 70s, early 80s. Yeah, I just started going to weather it around all edges of the fenders and everything. But like I say, this is my first attempt really at anything weathering. So we just did once we'd done all the weathering in the brown paint I used, because that's pretty much all I used. I just went over and just slightly brushed the edges with some silver craft paint, just to look like where it's been worn down to bare metal, where they keep on climbing out all of it thing like. But yeah, just added some marker lights around it. We added that, we scratch built that winch for it, put those on there. Just did a rear bumper, obviously with the same number plate as the car we were doing. But yeah, I think that turned out pretty nice, and to be quite fair. And yeah, like I say, the main part of the trailer hitch was from an old AMT 63 Buick Riviera. We just added a little trailer stand to it. I just put it on a bit of metal rod so it can rotate. So when it is sat on the thing, it can stand up on its own accord, so to speak. Excuse me. And we just got the ramps on there as well, like, you know, built a couple of ramps. And they can just slot on there, like so. But then they fit nicely into that little space. But yeah, I mean, this was just all scratch built out of nothing but sheet styrene, really. Couple of bits of sheet styrene, and I think yeah, I was really happy with that, to be quite honest, all said and done. And so we just added a few mark. I think these were just from old truck kits or something. We got a ton of trees from old truck, like the 125th truck kits, which are perfect for these kind of things. But yeah, pretty happy with that. So that's the second kit done. We've pretty much obviously built 3 kits for this final, but you know, moving on to the last, this was the other Escort Escort we did. We wanted to make it look like a race banger with damage on it, and in all fairness, in this scale, it's really difficult to do for me, because this is all kit plastic. It's not foil bent or anything like that. I do prefer to try and make the kit plastic look as mangled and realistic as possible, really. But yeah, I mean, I think we should have seen this a few more times in its rough state. But since then, we've obviously painted it. Well, I say we've just primed it up, then give it a good few coats of silver paint, and then went over the top. I think we used Riviera blue on this one. Yeah, I think it was Riviera blue we used on this one, same as the A60. But once it was painted, cleared, and all that carry on, we'd done the sign right before we cleared it, the same kind of way we did the A60, and did the checkered roof on this one. But yeah, I think, and then we just started scratching away the high points on where I've done the damage, just to reveal a bit of that silver to make it look like it's fresh damage, so to speak, and yeah, chipped away through all the sign writing where we needed to. But yeah, I think to say it's a small scale one, and you know, I've done these before, like, but with how brittle this plastic was and how much it just wanted to evaporate when you put any form of heat to it, I think we just got away with it, to be quite fair. And yeah, this side's a little less damage, but taking a lot of side swipes and what have you. But after we'd done all that, and did look still a bit fresh with the shiny paints, I just went over the whole thing. I really didn't want to get the airbrush out to start dusting sort of like the dirt effects or anything over it, so we just went over the whole thing with Tamiya black wash. That's all I've done, just to give it a nice race styly look, rather than it like it's been racing on asphalt, rather than sort of on a dirt track, so to speak, you know. But yeah, I mean, we've added the chains on this one as well. Not as many as we had to do with the A60, because this is only a 2-door, so we just got the chains through the boot lid or trunk lid, and same with the hood or bonnet, as we call them over here. But yeah, pretty happy with damage. You know, wheels turned out okay. You know, they don't look like them 50 Chevy headlamps that they started life as, because we didn't have any wheels to use on this thing. But and then interior, I mean, we're not going to see much in there, but we pretty much just did the same as we did with the A60. I chose a blue to do on the interior of this one, and then just weathered all that up. Like I say, we're probably not going to. We're just not going to see any details, and I did forget to take pictures of it. I was just wanting to slam this thing together, like so. So yeah, unfortunately I don't think we're going to see much at detail, but like I say, it's pretty much the same as we did on A60. We put a fuel tank in there, battery all wired up and what have you, seat belts there just made out of Tamiya tape painted. I didn't really want to go into chopping up any more 125th seat belts for this one. But yeah, I mean, we just gave it a bit of weathering inside like we did with the other one, just round edges and what have you. But yeah, I think even that turned out okay, and we just weathered the bottom on this one as well. Obviously, when we were building it, we bent up the rear boot floor. Didn't need a gas tank in there, so to speak. But yeah, so that's pretty much it. But I think, like I say, it was a bit of a challenge to get this one looking right. It's really hard to make plastic look convincing, so to speak. You know, and like I say, I didn't really want to go into all the time of using aluminium or copper foil on this one. So just would have taken me too long, and you know, half the time I don't know whether you get as, I mean, it sounds good, I would say. Maybe not as good, obviously, because you're using metal rather than trying to shape plastic, but I don't think that's a bad job. Like, I think we got some nice damage around there just to represent a few heavier knocks, but they weren't racing them to completely destroy them back in them days. I think they wanted to reuse the car as much as they could. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. So I think the object was to get this as a race team, so to speak. Just take that stand off because it'll be too high for the trailer hitch. Yeah, I think we've achieved that. Like, pretty happy with end result. Really glad it's finally finished. Not that it's taken a huge amount of time, this one, but you know, it's just getting something finished with how hectic my life is. And like I say, we did the A60 as well in that last video a few weeks back. Like, so yeah, I think we got quite a nice little race team now. Set out, did what I wanted to, achieve what I wanted to, and it's been a project I've wanted to do for a while, building these bangers in these particular team colours. I think that itch scratched for now. I don't think I want to build another for a little while, but not to say we won't do any more damaged vehicles. But we'll as we do with all the finals on these, we'll just pop in like box, sign the video off, and thank you all for watching. So we'll see you in a second. Right then, as we always do, we just pop them in this light box for the closing of these final builds, and ready to sign the video off. But yeah, like I say, you know, really happy with the way this project turned out in the end. I was pretty happy with the damage, how that turned out. I think we got it looking, you know, pretty realistic to say we're struggling with the scale, the brittleness of the plastic and the thinness of the plastic really on this tiny little kit, to be quite fair, you know. But no, I was even happy with me first attempt at weathering on the trailer and the other little bits and pieces around the models. Like, you know, I think they all turned out well. I think the team, sort of the race team idea, kind of looks well together now, all said and done. Really happy to get me that build an Escort like my dad's old one, but you know, I think that's another itch scratched. But yeah, I mean, like I say, I really appreciate how late this I am with this final build on this one, and appreciate all the guys who have stuck by me with the channel as of late, where I've not been able to do many videos, and you keep coming back. For those who have kept subscribed, really do appreciate it. Means the world to me, and you know, the new friends of the channel who keep coming on board. you know, thank you as well. You know, we do want to continue with this channel, even though it's challenging as it is at times. But you know, I think the whole reason I did the channel was just to get me back building and doing some of these projects I've wanted to do for a while, and trying to keep the quality relatively good for you guys. I know there's a lot of really good builders out there and what have you, but we'll just spin that round a little bit. But yeah, I mean, I can't promise that I'm going to be any more regular with my videos. On Sunday I think I'll be putting something out on Sunday. We've just bought a few kits, and most of which they're just eBay fodder. But I thought it'd be a good opportunity to sort of start maybe a two-part sort of video, two-part or three-part video, how I prep all my kits, and you know, whether I'm going to keep them for my collection for myself, or you know, just to preserve them, or you know, just to make them nice for whoever owns them next. We've got a few nice, it's all kind of newer stuff in this lot, but you know, I think it'll be something to do, and like I say, it's something I do on a daily basis, and might as well show you a kind of what I do on a daily basis, so to speak, because it's all kind of model related. But yeah, appreciate you hanging around, watching this video. Quite a short one for me. I think we'll probably be at 20-25 minutes by the time we're wrapped up, but we're going to put a load of pictures at the end. Unfortunately, there's not too many in progress pictures of these, just because, you know, I think you know, I just needed to get them finished, and to be honest, I completely forgot all about them. So to sort of do in progress ones as it was near an end, I just wanted to get these things finished. And there's, even though they're small kits, there's still quite a lot of work into them to get them to a point where I was relatively happy with them anyway. So yeah, with that said, probably won't have another video out until the weekend. Got a really busy weekend sorting all this stuff out for eBay anyway, so it's going to be sort of Sunday night, I would have thought. But yeah, whatever you're doing until then, have a great week, and we'll see you Sunday most likely. Okay, see you, bye.